channel, African Diaspora. I see a lot of YouTube videos, and shout out to the creators, shout out to Web Nation Africa, shout out to Maya. They kind of put me on a lot of stuff, a lot of game, and I definitely appreciate that. I see a lot of videos of people, them interviewing people that's leaving in diaspora and moving to Africa, moving to Ghana, moving to Tanzania, moving to Zambia, South Africa, and things like that. So I decided to start my own YouTube channel and interview people that's currently living in the diaspora and get you kind of like both sides, both perspectives of people who's leaving in diaspora. You can watch Web Nation Africa, you can watch Meyer. They got some very great videos, and you will love it. Anybody thinking about leaving in diaspora and moving to the motherland, moving to our hometown, Africa, our home country where we originally from, I suggest you watch them videos. But this channel is based on people that's currently living in the diaspora. So I thought about what better way to start off the channel and start off the interview with myself. Basically, living in diaspora is not what people think. Living in America is definitely not what people think. A lot of people from different continents, different countries think America is great. America is the land of the free. And it's to a certain extent. A lot of the times I watch them videos, the number one question they ask is why leave America? Why leave the home of the free and come to the diaspora, come to Africa? We want to go over there. But let me tell you the truth, you don't want to come over here. And I'm gonna break it down and tell you from a real perspective. Out here in America, first of all, we have an identity crisis. A lot of people don't know if they black. A lot of people don't know if they're African American. A lot of people don't really know. We really don't know our true identity. We all know we came from Africa, but as growing up in America, we've been called different things. We've been called colored people. We've been called copper people. We've been called Negroes, niggas. We've been called black, and now we're called African Americans, which is great. I'm happy to be from Africa. I'm happy to come from Africa and things like that. So that's kind of one thing right there. It's a big identity crisis. If you're from Africa, you kind of know who you are. If you're born in Ghana, you're a Ghanaian. If you're born in Tanzania, you're Tanzanian. You know what I'm saying? If you're born in Nigeria, you're Nigerian. You kind of know your race. Us as black people in America, we're really confused about a lot of things. And just based on a subject as far as like America is the land of the free and it's free and all that, I'm gonna break that down to you. Most black people that's living in America is living paycheck to paycheck. And that's the honest to God truth. The things that they show you guys on TV about America and how America is living is not the correct stuff. You probably have about 5% out of 100% of African Americans that's actually living like that. And you guys kind of already know who they are. You guys know Beyonce. You guys know Future. You guys know the upcoming artists and celebrities. Movie stars. Entertainers and things like that. But as far as like the average people in America, the African Americans, we're basically all living paycheck to paycheck, which means you're one paycheck away from being homeless and being on the street and having nothing. And as far as pay, we really don't get paid that much. You guys have to realize America is very high to live in. A one bedroom in a run down dangerous area can start you off at $17.50 just for a one bedroom. Out here we get paid $15 an hour. So if you're working full time, 8 hours a day, you're making $120 a day, but they take away taxes. So you probably end up just making $100 out the $120. So if you round it off, the average person get paid about $500 to $600 a week, or $1,000 to $1,200 every 2 weeks. The rent is $1,750, $1,400. Then you have your car note, you have your car insurance, you have your cable bill, you have your internet bill, you have your light bill, you have your gas bill, and then you have your essentials that you need like groceries, hair care products, hygiene products, and you even need gas to get back and forth from work and different things like that. Plus, if you have kids, you have a family, you know, you need to buy the kids clothes, pajamas, they need school clothes, they need toys, things to keep them occupied, things like that. So we're not making anything. We're not making any money. A lot of Americans is currently short on a bill, because if you're only making $2,000 a month, but your bills equal $3,000 a month, some bills have to be cut short. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you're stuck in that dilemma. Another thing is we're not free over here. We don't own any land. We don't own any houses. We don't own any property because it's impossible. A 1 or 2 acres of land in the middle of nowhere, I'm talking about in the mountains where nobody gonna cost you at least like 30-40,000. But it's pointless because it's nothing built around there. It's not no gas station probably 20-30 minutes away till you get to the nearest city. It's nothing over there. I'm talking about just in the mountains. It's 30-40,000. So, and the thing about it, out here in America, you can't just buy land. In order for you to buy land, you already have to have approval and know what you're building on that land. So you can't just say, okay, here go $30,000. I want to buy this land in the middle of nowhere. You have to know what you're building on that land. You have to get approved to build on that land. So you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars. If you want to get 1 or 2 acre lands in the city, we're talking about $500,000, $1 million. I'm talking about US dollars. And on top of that, you still have to know what you're going to build on that land. So most African Americans don't own anything. We live in paycheck to paycheck, or you can say we living in poverty. And that's just the honest to God truth. That's just really how it is. Most Americans that you run across don't even have 1,000 USD stacked up because it's hard. It's very hard in America. The opportunity is not in our hand. We at the bottom of the barrel. The whites come first. You got the Asians come first. You got the Japanese come first. African Americans get treated like shit in America. We don't have anything. And it's set up for us to fail out here in America. It's set up for us to fail where we can't own anything. We can't own any businesses. It's way too high. It's way too crazy. If you want to own a house in a ghetto neighborhood, you're talking about $500,000 or more to own a house. If you want to own a house in a good area, you're talking about $1 million and $2 million for a house. And I'm not talking about a big mansion. I'm not talking about a upstairs, downstairs house. I'm talking about a single 1-story house. Period, point blank. A single 1-story house that's next to 100 other houses where you can look over your backyard and you're gonna see the neighbor. It's not like you're buying a house where you're getting land around the house. No. And let me break that down to you. Just because you buy the house, you still don't own the land. So you just buying a house to live on somebody else's land. You don't really own the land. Out here in California, it's kind of broken down through cities. So like if you live in Inglewood, California, or you live in Los Angeles, California, and you decide to buy a house, the city owns that land. You just basically buying a house to live on somebody else's land. You still can't own the land. And it's kind of hard to even do that because for African Americans, we don't get no bank loans, we don't get no personal loans, we don't get no loans. We're not moving up the food chain, we're not getting promotions, we're not getting anything. And none of that is happening for African Americans out here in the United States of America. And that's just the honest to God truth. So like a lot of Africans and things like that, they say, well, why you want to move from the home of the free, move from America to come to Africa? Because y'all free. Y'all living good out there. You can own land out there. You can own houses out there. You can get your house built from the ground up. Nobody out here in America can ever afford to get their house built from the ground up. It's like future. It's like futuristic. The things that you guys are able to do, we dream of. it's like too good to be true. When I was watching Web Nation videos, and I'm watching Watermark videos, and I'm watching a couple other YouTube channels, and they showing people building houses from the ground up. They showing people owning land and growing shea butter, growing tea, growing chocolate. That's the things we dream of, because we have none of that out here in America. We can't do none of that. It's a serious subject we about to talk about. Some people might get mad. Some people might not want to believe it. But I'm about to tell you the truth, and I'm here to tell you the truth. First of all, you're probably thinking what race I am. You're probably saying, oh, I know what race he is. He's African American. He's black. Nah, you got it all wrong. I'm not black, or I'm not African American. I'm an indigenous Niji from Turtle Island, now called North America. I'm an Aboriginal. I'm indigenous. My people was already here before any white settlers came to America. We was already in America, and it wasn't even called North America. It was called Turtle Island. Won't you take a second and Google that? Some of y'all probably never even heard of Turtle Island. Probably never even heard of Niji people. Won't you Google it? You spell Niji, Nijii. Google it. What you gonna see coming up? Nothing but a gang of black Indians. Google Turtle Island. What they gonna tell you? Turtle Island used to be called North America. It's crazy to me how a lot of people think that they're from Africa. We're African America. No, you're not from Africa. You have no ties to Africa. You have no ancestries to Africa. You have no connections to Africa. You're not African. So you got a lot of black Americans. You got a lot of Niji people who's moving to Africa saying, I'm leaving the diaspora. I'm going back home. You're not going back home. You're not from Africa. You from Turtle Island, what they now call North America. Do your research. A lot of people just hear what a lot of other people say and go along with the flow. Do your research. I'm going to give you a couple of pointers right here, man. They used to call Niji people colored people. They used to call them copper people. They used to call them mulatto. They used to call them Negroes. They used to call them niggas. They used to call them black. Then they start calling them African Americans. If we from Africa, why they ain't been calling us Africans? Why they have not been calling us Africans if we from Africa? Why 10 name changes if we from Africa? We are not from Africa. We are indigenous people to America. We was already here before the white people got here. We was already here. Most black people growing up, I'm pretty sure you heard your family say, you got Indian in you because you an Indian. You are an indigenous Niji, N-I-J-I-I. You are an Indian. You're not no African. Have your family ever told you got African in you? Fuck no. And nothing against African people, but it's time for my people to know who they are. And stop thinking that they're African, because we are not African. We did not come from Africa. In no type of way. Why is it ain't no African stories out there about black Americans getting kidnapped from Africa, coming to America? Why haven't no elders and no African community told their grandchildren the story about black Americans getting kidnapped from Africa, bringing over to America? As you growing up as an African, have you ever heard your mom or your great grandma say, don't go over there to that side, that's where the white people kidnapped the black Americans? That's where the white people kidnapped the black Americans. That's all bullshit. They ain't start calling us African Americans about the 1960s. The 1960s, and everybody took it and ran with it. We are not fucking African America. We are not from fucking Africa. We are from America. We are Indians from America. Indigenous Niji. Aboriginal. We was already here on Turtle Island that they call North America. We was already here on Turtle Island, what they call North America. We was already here. Take a second to think about that. Why there ain't no stories growing up in Africa where your people telling you this is where the white people came and took the black people to America? Don't go over there to that side of the town. That's where the white people came and took the black people to America. It ain't no fucking stories. It ain't no fucking stories. It's non-fucking existence. It's, matter of fact, made the fuck up. It's made the fuck up. They would have been calling us, oh, look at them. Look at them Africans over there. Look at them fucking Africans. Man, they ain't never called us no fucking Africans to the 1960s. We done been called Milano. We done been called nigga. We done been called black Indians. We done been called American fucking Indians. And people just so fucking stupid that they go along with that shit. And people hollering about respiration. How the fuck can you get respiration when you claiming to be fucking African American? Africans don't get no fucking respiration. How the fuck can you want respiration if you talking about being a fucking African American, bruh? Wake the fuck up, man. Claim your fucking land back, man. Represent your people. Represent who the fuck you are. You are not no fucking African from Africa. No fucking indigenous Neji people in America have any fucking ancestries or ties to nobody in fucking Africa. You can ask anybody who your fucking great grandma from Africa. Who your fucking great auntie from Africa? Who your fucking great grandpa from Africa? Wake the fuck up. And hold on a second. Won't you guys Google the Racial Integrity Act of 1924? Google the Racial Integrity Act from 1924 when the white folks changed the fucking racial profile that we're gonna have two fucking categories. We're gonna have white people and then we're gonna have the fucking rest. When they did that, all the American Indian and the Aboriginal people didn't have an option to check their identity on who the fuck they really were. They couldn't mark who the fuck they really were. Google it. The Integrity Act of 1924, when the white folks made the decision, we're gonna have two fucking classified races. We're gonna have white, which fall under Caucasian, or white, or we're gonna have any other race, which is African American, black, and all that. We not no fucking African Americans. And when they did that, the Indians who was already here, didn't have an option to check who they was or their true identity. So it's kind of like they took away the identity. They hid the identity from everybody. And let me tell you some more stuff. Google these names. It's 3 people who started the fucking African American theory. All black Americans came from Africa, and they just started that shit in the 1960s, bruh. Ask your great grandma when she was growing up what she called a fucking African American. No. You know why? Because she's not from fucking Africa. Black people from America are not from fucking Africa. All the black people going to fucking Africa talking about, oh, I'm African American, I'm going from diaspora. You're fucking fools. You look fucking stupid. You need to do your fucking research and figure out the truth because you look fucking stupid. Nothing against African people. They're beautiful. They beautiful. They got a beautiful land, beautiful culture. I love African people, but we're not African. We are not no fucking African American. Why is America the only people that call us African American? African American. You don't hear UK people saying UK American. You don't hear fucking Canadian people saying Canadian African, or you're Canadian African. You're Canadian African. The fuck are you talking about, man? You don't hear nobody in Brazil saying you're Brazilian African. So why the fuck would the black people in America wrong with African Americans when we're not even from fucking Africa? We're not from fucking Africa. We was already here before the white folks came. And I bet y'all didn't even know Christopher Columbus was black. The History Channel broadcast episodes about Christopher Columbus on the History Channel in different countries like Asia, Taiwan, and different stuff like that they don't air here in the United States. When they air them shows about Christopher Columbus, he's a black man. He's a black man, a black picture, he's a black man. Only in America they show you Christopher Columbus being a fucking white man. And why they don't air the same shit on History Channel that they air in different countries like Asia and Taiwan and all the other countries on that side? Because they don't want you to know. They hide the shit from you and you guys run with it. How the fuck can you get restoration if you claim to be an African American, if you claim to be a fucking immigrant, when you're not even from fucking Africa? All the shit was made up, bro. If the shit really happened, if black people got kidnapped from Africa and brought to America, it'd be so many fucking stories in Africa right now that they'd be telling their fucking children. African people have never came over here and fought for no fucking black American because we're not from Africa and they fucking know it. They had never been a part of no fucking civil rights movement. They had never been a part of any fucking thing because they know that we're not from fucking Africa. They know that we are the Aborigines of America, which used to be called Turtle Island, that they changed in North America. We was already fucking here. We are Indians. We are fucking Indians. We are indigenous Niji to be exact. And Google that word Niji, N-I-J-I-I, and Google Turtle Island and see what comes up. Do your research before you start hollering you African American when you're not even from fucking Africa. You have nothing to do with fucking Africa, bruh. And I ain't even mad at the Africans. It just pissed me off that you got so many people who's brainwashed, who don't know shit, who don't do their fucking research, just like a lot of yes ma'ams, yes sir, yes ma'am, yes sir, and without doing your fucking research, walking around here looking so fucking stupid and so fucking dumb, bro. Looking so fucking stupid and so fucking dumb. You want to be from Africa so fucking bad, bro. You don't have no fucking ties to Africa. You don't have no fucking ancestors to Africa, and you're not even from fucking Africa. In no type of fucking way. You was already here in America before them white people came. And it's 3 people who started the black people was taken from Africa and brought over here during the slaves. And they started that shit in the 1960s, bruh. If we was from Africa, bro, they wouldn't have been calling us different fucking names. Black Indians, American Indians, Mulano, colored people. They would have been calling us fucking Africans. Why the fuck did they never call us Africans in 1960 when they made up the fucking story and everybody went with that shit without questioning shit, bro? Then y'all want to walk right here and say, well, we get restoration. How the fuck you get restoration if you claiming to be African American? You claiming to be a fucking immigrant. You would never get no fucking restoration. It's time to wake the fuck up and start claiming who the fuck you really are. You are Indian. You are indigenous Niji, Indian from America. Start claiming that. Start claiming your race and who the fuck you really are. Then you gonna get some reparation. As long as you claiming you African American, they ain't gotta give you shit. They don't gotta give you shit. It was 3 people who started the African American theory. One name was Franz Boas. You spell his name Franzboas. The second was Melville Herskovitz. You spell that Melvillehrskovits. And the third one was a black man who basically switched on his race and all that, named W.E.B. Du Bois. And you know him, W.E.B. D-U-B-O-I-S. Google them 3 names. Them was the 3 people who started the Africans, that black people came from African theory in the 1960s. That shit was all fucking fake, bro. How the fuck he just find out that black people came from Africa in the 1960s when slavery happened 100 years ago before that? How? They tell us everything in fucking reverse. They tell us everything in reverse. They change the history. They change the people that used to be black. They turn them into white people, like Christopher Columbus, for example. He was a black man. He's not white at all. Do your research, but they make it seem like a white man. They made up a little story, and you guys went with it. Now, you can believe me or you don't have to believe me, but I'm here to tell you the truth. Do your research. Stop hollering you African from Africa. You're not from fucking Africa. The African people know you not from fucking Africa. You are from America, an aborigine, an aboriginal. Google that. If you don't know what aborigine or aboriginal mean, Google that. And you will see what you are. Google Niji, N-I-J-I-I, and you will see what you are. You are Indian. Every black person growing up, family told them, you got a little bit of Indian in you. They ain't never said you got a little bit of African in you. Stop it. Stop it. And like I said, nothing against Africans, but somebody got to stand up for my people. You got a lot of people who being fooled, who being tricked, and who making the wrong fucking moves. Now, if you want to go to Africa to just live and start a new life, so be my guest. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But don't go to Africa claiming you a fucking African American and you going back home, because that's not your fucking home. Your home is here in America, Turtle Island, which is now called North America. This is your fucking home. You're not African, you're fucking Indian. You're indigenous, which means you was already here before anybody came here. You was already here chilling. Think about it. Think about it. Why is there no fucking African stories about black people getting kidnapped, bring it to America? Why was there never any African fucking news conference or any African coverage talking about the shit? Because it's non-existent. It never fucking happened. It didn't fucking exist. I gave you guys the 3 names of people who made it up in the 1960s. Think about it. Ain't no African kids growing up, family told them that this the area over here where the white man came and kidnapped the black people and took them to America. They ain't never said, hey, don't go to that spot. This is where the black people, white people came and took the black people to America, because it never fucking happened. Why is it not even no fucking stories, bro? It ain't nothing, bro. African ain't never came to your motherfucking rescue because they know you are not they people. You are not from fucking Africa. It had never been an African news conference, a meeting. It has not been anything, bro. Then you got all these fucking celebrities and all these dumb people who ain't doing their fucking research, who just falling on being brainwashed and shit, talking about the year return. Return where? We not from fucking Africa. We from America, bro. We need to be focusing on who the fuck we are and our identity, bro. And that's how you get respiration. You don't get respiration by claiming you fucking African American, you're an immigrant, because you're not gonna never get no fucking respiration from that. They want you to keep on saying you African American, because as long as you say that, you will never get no respiration. Start yelling that you an Indian. Start yelling that you an indigenous Niji from Turtle Island. That's now called North America. If the same amount of people go along with that, which is the truth, instead of saying that they African American, I bet you we get restoration. I bet you we get some of our fucking land back. So a lot of people is got an identity crisis, don't know. I don't know if I'm black. I don't know if I'm African American. I'm here to tell you the truth. You're not fucking African. You're not from Africa. You're from North America. You're Aborigine. You're Aboriginal, and you was already here before the white people came here. And we used to be called indigenous Nijis. And if you don't know what indigenous means, Google it. And I know a lot of people ain't never heard the word Niji. I don't even know what Niji is. But Niji is who we are. Niji is our race. So why you want to know what is our race? What is our ethnicity? We're Indian. What is our race? We're Niji people. N-I-J-I-I. Google Niji people. Google N-I-J-I-I people and see what the fuck come up. A gang of people who look just like you from Turtle Island, who what they now call North America. We was already here. I just wanted to make this video today to get the people the information and get the people the real. And I'm going to make a lot of more videos like this with more information telling us who we are and letting you know the truth about who you are. So you can please stop saying that you African American, because you're not fucking African American. You're not from Africa. Please stop saying that. All these people doing interviews about the diaspora and all that, man, tell them to interview somebody in their hometown. You got Web Nation, you got Wanamayer, all these people, man. I ain't got nothing against them. You know, they probably don't even know. But ask them people to find anybody in Africa who's older and tell them African people to tell them a story when the white people came over there and took the black people to America. Man, fuck out of here with that shit, bro. That never fucking happened, bro. We are not from the fucking diaspora. This is our fucking home, bro. We are not African Americans. We are fucking Indians. Indians. Non-African. Ain't nobody growing up I know family told them, oh, you got a little bit of African in you, man. Everybody start saying that shit till they made you start saying that shit to the 1960s, and you went with that shit without questioning that shit. How the fuck you let somebody just keep changing your race, to trying to hide your identity from you, and you just keep going along with that shit? They don't do that shit to nobody else, man. They don't do that shit to nobody else. Ain't no motherfucking other race. Brazilians gonna let them call them fucking you're African Brazilians. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit, bro. But black people, which is black Indians, let the white folks and let people change their name and brainwash them to call them color people, call them mulatto, call them niggas. And every time they change their name, they run right along to fuck with it. And ever since the 1960s, you got people who saying, oh, I'm African American, man. You're not no fucking African American. You African American because they told you African American? But then you want to holler about respiration when you don't even know what the fuck you talking about. And as long as you keep hollering African American, you ain't gonna get shit. You saying you an immigrant basically. Why would they give immigrant any respiration or any fucking money, bro? Do your research, bro. We are not African American. We are indigenous Niji people from Turtle Island, what they now call North America. Why would you want to come to white America where you can be in Africa amongst your people and build your nation? We are some of the strongest people. We are some of the smartest people. Only thing we have to do is stick together and we can accomplish anything. America is nowhere near greater than Africa. It's nowhere near better than Africa. In no type of way. No type of way. You guys have to just stop being focused on wanting to come to America because it's not shit in America. When you come to America, you're not going to be free. You guys are free in Africa. And that's just the honest to God truth. A lot of black people is all over the place, man. We don't know our true identity. We don't know where we come from. They trying to mess with our head and say we don't come from Africa. We're original Niji people. We was already here, you know what I'm saying, before they got here and things like that. They want to mess up our history and things like that. So they just make it real confusing to where a black person don't really know who they are. They don't really know what they true identity. Imagine living your life not knowing your true identity, not knowing your true race, not knowing your true nationality, not knowing your true language, not knowing anything, not knowing where you came from. I don't know anybody from Africa. I don't know not one person on the African continent. And I can ask 100 black people, they don't know anybody on the African continent. A lot of people never been or never would even go. That's why I'm happy that these dudes is making these videos so they can really give the African Americans a clear picture of what Africa really is. And anybody who watched them videos is going to want to go to Africa. You don't know how exciting it is when I'm watching them videos and I'm seeing people building their own house. You don't know how exciting it is when I'm seeing that people could actually buy acres of land and grow tea and shea butter, everything on that land. America ain't shit. Africa has most of the resources. Americans take the resources from Africa, the white Americans, and they bring it over here and get filthy rich. So why can't we get filthy rich as African Americans or as Africans? Why can't we come together and make it happen and stop thinking about America? You do not want to be in America. And I'm telling you the truth. You do not want to be in America, man. You guys gotta pay attention. Just because you see somebody with some Jordans on or a chain on, you think they got money, you think they doing good. That don't mean shit. That don't mean anything. Everybody has their good moments where they get to shine, but everybody go ups and downs. There's nobody out here that just really doing the damn thing unless you're doing some illegal shit. And as far as like selling drugs or you doing things like that, you cannot make a living making an honest living here in America. It don't allow you to. It don't allow you to. It's so many brick walls and borders that's stopping you from achieving your goal or even making it to the top. It's really impossible. It's impossible. I can go outside right now and I can ask every African American I see, do they own a house? Do they own a car? I bet you everybody gonna say no. I can ask 1 million African Americans, do you guys have $1,000 or more put up in the bank or savings in case of emergencies? They gonna tell you no. They just passed a law here in America that if you have $600 or more in your Cash App or in your PayPal or your bank account, you got to report to the feds. You got to report to the IRS. So they even want to take that. They want a piece of everything you get. They want a piece of your pie. They want a piece of everything you get. And they knows this. They knows that the pay is too low and the prices for things is too high. But they do that so you can never get ahead. You can never be in a good position. You can never be a business owner. You can never own any land. You can never own any property. And that's the honest to God truth. And most people who even in them positions is under the white man's wing. The white man have them tucked in a headlock, which means they not doing anything for their people. They turning on their own people. They doing everything for the white man. It's not a stick together type of feel out here in America, and all because of the white man. They divided a lot of black people, and it's not like that. It's a big gap in America between the haves and the have-nots. It's only about 5% of the haves And it's 95% of the have-nots. Have-nots. Trust me. We in America, but we living in the gutter, and we living horrible. We living bad. We don't own shit. We don't have shit. We not really living. We depressed every day. Only thing we doing every day is trying to survive to pay a bill, trying to survive to do this, trying to survive to do that. It's impossible to save. It's impossible to do anything. Anything. Do you know how bad I want to go to Africa? Do you know how bad I want to be able to live in Africa and be able to go home and be able to be free and see my people, learn my language I'm supposed to speak, learn my history, and finally get to be at a place where all my ancestors was at? I get to own land for my family, man. I get to go out there and grow things with my daughter, grow our own chocolate, grow our own teas, start our own businesses, and even get a house built from the ground up. Not even only that, I want to build my country. I want to build my continent. We can't build America. I don't want to be in America. Most black people don't want to be in America, but we're stuck in America. They keep us here in America. They don't allow us to go out to Africa and then go home and then do things like that. The only thing I can say that America benefited African American is being out here. You got to survive. It's survival mode every day. So by being in that situation, you have to learn a lot of stuff. You have to learn a lot of street smarts. You have to learn a lot of stuff independently, So we can take what we know out here and go to Africa and build up the continent like it's nothing. We build it America. We can build up the continent like it's nothing. I know a lot of things. I'm a website developer. I build websites and all that. I was watching a documentary where they were saying a lot of businesses in Africa, they can't afford a website. I would get out there and teach everybody how to make a website for free. I would teach all my people how to make a website for free. I will build them a website for free. See, it's deeper than y'all think. We don't want to just go to Africa just to live. We want to go to Africa to build. We want to go to Africa to help. We want to go to Africa to make our people better. Kids that's not going to school, we want to put them in school. We want to help out families that need help. We don't want our people to struggle. We don't want to see our people struggle. We want to help our people at no cost. I can't wait to get out there, man. I'm stacking up my money right now, and I'm moving to Ghana. And I can't wait to get out there and help my people out. I can't wait to get out there and teach them how to build websites. I can't wait to get out there and build websites for businesses. I can't wait to get out there and teach them everything I know from living a hard life in America. I can't wait. So you guys want to know why black people or African Americans want to go to Africa? I just explained everything to you. You guys are living in paradise. You guys are living in the land of the free. You guys have everything. You guys have beautiful women. You guys have beautiful children. You guys have beautiful land. You guys have everything. We have nothing. And we will never get nothing. We will never have nothing. The only thing we can do here is sit here and get old. We can never have anything. We can never own any land. We can never own any houses. We can never own a business. We can't never do anything. Only thing we're doing is we're stuck. We're not living. We're not happy out here in America. This is just all we know. We don't know anything but this. It's not a happy lifestyle, or it's not a lifestyle you would want to raise your children at. It's not a lifestyle you would want to raise your family. It's not that type of lifestyle. Trust me, we are still in modern day slavery. We're a modern day slavery. We're not free out here in America, and we don't have shit. You guys are free. You guys have everything. You guys should learn how to appreciate that. You should really learn how to appreciate that and come together and make Africa the best, because Africa is already the best, but you can make Africa the strongest. And that's why I want to come to Africa. I want to make Africa the strongest. I want to make Africa the best. I want to teach my people a lot of things that they don't know. I want to help my people build the continent and build the nation. We can't do it in America, and if we could, I wouldn't even want to. A lot of people wouldn't even want to. A lot of people, African Americans, are stressed out every day, and they want to get out of America so bad. So bad. To take your kids to an amusement park like Disneyland, you're talking about $160 per person. So for a family of four, you're spending over $600 just to go to Disneyland. Plus the food is high. It's $20, $25, $30 for a meal. So you're going to need about $1,000 to go to Disneyland. A lot of people can't take their kids to Disneyland. A lot of people ain't never been to Disneyland. A lot of people ain't never been nowhere. You guys think that we're just out here living the life, we're doing everything we're doing. Well, we ain't doing shit. We're trying to do it, but we can't. It don't allow us to. It don't allow us to. A lot of families ain't been in no amusement parks. A lot of families ain't been nowhere. A lot of families ain't been out the city because they can't. It ain't that they don't want to, it's because they can't. We're not out here doing good like you guys think. Everything that they show you is fake. We're not out here living like stars. We're not out here doing none of that. We don't all have Mercedes Benzes out here and Teslas and all that. A lot of people don't even got cars, man. It's real difficult for an African and American to be anything in America. And that's the honest to God truth. So if I was an African, if I was born in Africa, you guys are blessed. You guys are lucky. You guys know your nationality. You guys know your language. You guys know your culture. And you guys have so many opportunities. You could become a boss in Africa. You can't really become a boss in America. You can become an employee. Most African Americans in America is employees. It's not no bosses out here. Like I said, it's a big gap between the haves and the have-nots. And the have-nots is about at 95% of the 100% of African Americans that's currently living in America. Everybody currently living in America want to get away so bad, but we just can't escape. We don't have the money, or we don't make the money to escape. We don't own any business or get any type of real cash. Like I said, we can never be business owners. We have to be employees. And that's just the honest to God truth. So it's very hard growing up in America. And the only thing that I said is good in America is the things that we learned from trying to survive every day that we can take to Africa and build the continent and make Africa 10 times stronger than America, because America ain't shit. It ain't nothing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel. If there's any questions that you want to ask me and you want me to answer on the next video, please leave it in the comments. And I'm going to be interviewing a lot of people from the diaspora that's still in the diaspora, that's stuck in the diaspora, so you can get the real point of view of being in the diaspora. You don't want to be in a diaspora. You don't want to be born in America. You don't want to not know your true identity, not know where you come from, not knowing your true language. We all know we come from Africa, but what part of Africa? You know, we're not tied into anybody in Africa. We don't know anything. It's just a sad story, and it's very depressing. And by me doing these interviews, you guys are going to see the real perspective of how the African Americans live in the diaspora and their point of view of the diaspora. You're not going to get anybody that's out here that's going to give you a very exciting video of encouragement that you guys think it is, because it's not the real. What you guys think it is not. It's a total opposite. Just like how everybody out here think about Africa, it's a total opposite. Total opposite. But they do that on purpose because they know if we go to Africa, we'll be free. They know if we go to Africa, we'll own land. They know we'll own property. They know we'll teach our people everything we learned out here. We'll succeed and we'll be the best continent ever. They don't want that to happen. So they want to keep us divided. They want to keep us being employees. They want to keep us working for the white man. They want to keep us not being able to have shit or even know who the fuck we are. So you guys are very blessed, and the videos that I'm going to show you and I'm going to be interviewing is going to show you the real. It's going to show you the real about America. It's going to show you the real about the people. It's going to show you how the black African Americans, the diasporas, feel about living in America. We all want to get the fuck up out of here. We want to get out of here so bad, but we can't. If I can go to Africa tomorrow, I've been gone. Trust me. And I can ask any other African American that if they can go to Africa tomorrow, we will be gone. We wouldn't be out here, man. And if I was you and if you was already out there, I wouldn't even want to come out here. It's not what you think. It's not what you think at all. You guys have a good day. Stay blessed. Much love.